Ever felt that gut-wrenching, soul-crushing feeling of failure? Like you've hit rock bottom and there's no way up? I know I have. We all have. It's that moment when you question everything, when the world feels like it's caving in. But what if I told you that this very moment, this point of absolute despair, is actually the most powerful place you can be? What if failure isn't the end, but the starting line for your greatest comeback? Today, we're not just going to talk about success. We're going to talk about the messy, painful, but incredibly beautiful journey of getting there. We're going to talk about failure. And more importantly, we're going to learn how to transform it from a roadblock into rocket fuel. I remember my first big business venture. I poured every ounce of my energy, my savings, my hope into it. I was convinced it was my big break. I pictured the success, the freedom, the I told you so moments. And then it all came crashing down. It wasn't a slow decline. It was a spectacular, fiery explosion of failure. I lost money, I lost confidence, and I felt like a complete and utter fraud. For weeks, I just wanted to hide. The shame was suffocating. I replayed every mistake, every wrong turn. The what ifs and if onlys were a constant, tormenting chorus in my head. And in that darkness, something funny happened. After I got tired of feeling sorry for myself, a tiny, defiant spark flickered to life. I started asking different questions. Instead of why me, I started asking, what did I learn? What did this painful experience teach me that a smooth ride never could have? And the answers started flowing. I learned about cash flow the hard way. I learned that my marketing strategy was flawed. I learned that I was trying to do everything myself instead of building a team. Each mistake wasn't just a mistake, it was a lesson. A very expensive, very painful, but very valuable lesson. That failure became my personal MBA. It taught me more than any textbook ever could. It forced me to become more resilient, more resourceful, and infinitely more humble. This is the alchemy of success, turning the lead of failure into the gold of wisdom. Think about it. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter found a home. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Their stories aren't famous because they never failed. They're famous because of how they responded to failure. They didn't let it define them. They let it refine them. So how do you do it? How do you make that shift? First, you have to allow yourself to feel it. Don't suppress the frustration or the disappointment. Acknowledge the pain. It's real. Trying to pretend you're fine is a form of denial that just prolongs the suffering. Give yourself a set amount of time to grieve the loss, whether it's a failed project, a lost job, or a relationship that ended. Mourn what could have been. But, and this is crucial, put a time limit on it. A day, a week. Then, you have to stand up. The second step is to reframe the narrative. This is the most critical part. Your inner critic will be screaming, "You're a failure." Your job is to talk back. You are not a failure. You are a person who experienced a failure. It's an event, not an identity. Separate your self-worth from the outcome. Instead of saying, "I failed," try saying, "That attempt didn't work." See the difference? One is a judgment on your character. The other is an observation of an event. This simple shift in language can radically change your perspective and empower you to try again. Third, become a detective of your own life. Get out a notebook and analyze what happened objectively. What were the contributing factors? What was within your control and what wasn't? What were the exact missteps you made? Be brutally honest, but not self-deprecating. The goal isn't to beat yourself up. It's to extract every single drop of wisdom from the experience. This failure autopsy is your roadmap for what to do differently next time. Write down at least 3 concrete lessons you learned. This turns a painful memory into a tangible asset for your future. Think of it like a video game. When your character fails a level, what do? You don't throw the console out the window and declare you'll never play games again. No, you instantly hit retry. And on the next attempt, you're smarter. You know where the trap is. You know the enemy's attack pattern. The failure gave you vital information. Life is the same. Every failure is just data. It's feedback telling you to adjust your approach. It's the universe saying, "Not that way. Try this way." The fourth step is to take action quickly. The longer you wait after a failure, the bigger the fear grows. The best way to rebuild your confidence is to get a small win under your belt. It doesn't have to be massive. It just has to be a step forward. If your business failed, maybe the next step is just taking an online course on marketing. If you failed an exam, The next step is scheduling a 30-minute study session. This small, forward momentum breaks the paralysis of fear and starts rebuilding the belief that you can succeed. Action is the antidote to despair. Remember that failure builds resilience. It's like lifting weights for your character. The first time you try to lift something heavy, your muscles tear and you're sore. But they grow back stronger. People who have never truly failed are often the most fragile. They live in a bubble, terrified of taking risks. But those who have failed and gotten back up, they are the anti-fragile ones. They know they can take a hit. They know they can survive. They're not afraid to swing for the fences because they know that striking out is just part of the game. This strength, this grit, is what truly separates the successful from the rest. It's not about talent or luck or resources. It's about your relationship with failure. Do you see it as a verdict or as a lesson? As a wall or as a stepping stone? Now, I want to hear from you. This community is all about learning and growing together. What was a moment of failure that you later realized was a blessing in disguise? What was the lesson it taught you? Go down to the comments right now and share your story. How did you turn a major failure into fuel for your success? Reading through your experiences is incredibly inspiring, not just for me, but for everyone watching. Your story might be the exact thing someone else needs to hear today to help them get back on their feet. So let's redefine failure together. It's not the opposite of success, it's an essential part of it. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it to propel you to heights you never thought possible. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content to help you build a stronger, more resilient life. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. I can't wait to read your stories. Keep fighting, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video.